And this is for laughing and looking at the camera during every sketch you've ever been in.
Welcome to WatchMojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 celebrities most often made fun of on Family Guy.
Huh? Religion. You kill me, I kill you, we both go to heaven. 72 virgins. Huh? You might have to help me out with the last 10 or so because Mr. Happy gets tired. Religion.
For this list, we're looking at the celebs the show has most frequently taken jabs at. Which of these parodies do you find the funniest? Let us know in the comments below. Number 20. Kiss. Kiss plays a small role in the Family Guy canon, as Lois dated Gene Simmons before he was famous. They clearly still have some sort of connection, as seen in Don't Make Me Over, when Gene uncoils his hilariously long tongue and says hello to Lois.
Oh my. Hi, Gene. I didn't know you were here.
All right. Keep it in your mouth, rockstar.
They do, however, play a major role in 2002's episode Road to Europe, where Ace Frehley is portrayed as a bumbling doofus, and Peter argues that no one wants to dress like Peter Criss.
No one wants to be Peter Criss, Lois, not even Peter Criss.
And who can forget the iconic fictional TV show Kiss Saves Santa, where the band is portrayed as corny sellouts reduced to doing a stupid Christmas movie.
Someone stole Santa? That does not rock!
Easy, Gene. Guys, let's go save Christmas.
Then again, it doesn't get much cornier than Kiss. Number 19. Jimmy Fallon. Having both evolved in the 2000s, Family Guy has had a front row seat to Jimmy Fallon's career, and they love to call out his quirks. Back in 2005, Peter beat Jimmy on the set of Saturday Night Live for laughing and glancing at the camera too much, a criticism that was often directed towards him at the time.
And this is for laughing and looking at the camera during every sketch you've ever been in. Who do you think you are, Carol Burnett?
When Fallon became host of The Tonight Show, the jokes were aimed at his safe and corporate image. After failing to make a viral video, Peter mentions that they should have gotten Fallon to do literally anything instead.
Can't believe we couldn't come up with a viral video. We should have just gotten Jimmy Fallon to do any lame thing.
And in HTT Pete, Peter watches The Tonight Show where Jimmy emasculates Al Pacino by making him play a childish game.
Tonight, get ready to lose all respect for Al Pacino when I force him to play a game meant for children!
We don't think they care too much for his hosting duties, or his acting for that matter. Number 18. Alec Baldwin. On the show, Alec Baldwin is picked on for his eating habits, which is a little weird considering he's not even that big. The first jab comes in Season 4's I Take Thee Quagmire, when Baldwin, in one of the most disturbing cutaways in the show's history, is seen getting milked by his younger, less successful siblings. It's just weird.
There you go. There you go. Eat up, Stephen. You're the weakest.
In Ratings Guy, Peter plays a game called Hungry Hungry Alec Baldwins, where, in place of hippos, several Alecs gleefully devour the colored balls without Peter's involvement.
For God's sakes, I've just been handed the coolest freaking toy on the planet. Well, you know, except for Hungry Hungry Alec Baldwin's. I'm not even touching the lever.
And finally, in the Star Wars-inspired episode It's a Trap, C-3PO Quagmire mistakes Jabba the Hutt for Alec Baldwin.
Oh my God! Alec Baldwin?
Oh, shoot up, Peacho.
Number 17. Chevy Chase. This comedian enjoyed a career resurgence with Community, playing the old-fashioned and very un-PC Pierce Hawthorne. But his trajectory had stalled through much of the 90s and 2000s, and Family Guy was there to poke fun at it. In Brian the Bachelor, Brooke and Brian take multiple stabs at Chase, referring to his vices and decline in income.
Oh, and maybe you can cut out when I said junk earlier, the whole Chevy Chase thing. Seems like he's probably the kind of guy who might sue. I mean, the guy's got to have no money left.
Stu and Stewie's Excellent Adventure shows a clip from the Chevy Chase Show, his infamously short-lived talk program from 1993 that lasted just 6 weeks. And at the end of Don't Make Me Over, Peter claims that their thoughts are with Chase, which is likely a reference to his dead career.
If I'm forgetting anybody, I'm sorry. Good night, everybody. Our thoughts are with you, Chevy.
Of course, the joke stopped once he landed the role of Pierce. Number 16. Justin Bieber. Once upon a time, it was really cool to make fun of Justin Bieber, and Family Guy definitely jumped on that bandwagon. His biggest appearance is in Season 11's Lois Comes Out of Her Shell, when she attends his concert.
I know, he's perfect. He's like a boy and a girl.
A woman in the audience talks about his gender-fluid appeal, and once Peter takes over on stage, he presents Conway Twitty with an old-school Bieber haircut.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Bieber.
In another instance, a futuristic elderly Stewie comments on Bieber and Katy Perry being real music in a hilarious jab at misaimed nostalgia.
Stupid younger generation. Back in my day, we had Katy Perry, Justin Bieber. That was real music.
Bieber is later described in An App a Day as a celebrity that became successful despite exposing himself. And finally, in the song Thank the Whites, Peter states that the Biebs talks and dresses like he's black.
We gave you Eminem and Justin Bieber too, even though they dress and try to talk like you.
Number 15, John Travolta. Family Guy seems obsessed with rumors around John Travolta's sexual orientation. The first jab comes in Petergeist, when a cutaway shows Travolta getting confused during his wedding vows.
John, do you take Kelly to be your wife?
I totally do. I mean, yes, absolutely. And I'm gonna do stuff to her too, like touch her? Yeah, touch her and kiss her and touch her penis. I mean, no, not that.
In Mr. and Mrs. Stewie, Peter grows incensed over Lois buying twin beds and makes a questionable comparison to the Travolta's supposed sleeping arrangements.
Lois, if God wanted me to not sleep with my wife, he would have made me John Travolta.
In Big Fat, Quagmire invokes Travolta when explaining how he nabbed a private plane.
Oh, a private plane? How'd you swing that, Quagmire?
Well, let's just say I walked in on John Travolta with not Kelly Preston.
And finally, a cutaway in Peter's Def Jam shows Travolta as a pilot encouraging his passengers to reveal their sexual identities.
This is your captain speaking. We have reached our cruising altitude. It is now safe to take off your wigs and be gay.
Geez, the Family Guy writers are so obsessed with Travolta's sex life, you'd think they have something to hide. Number 14, Coldplay. Family Guy's writers and producers clearly are not touched by Coldplay's music. In one hilarious cutaway, Peter is kicked out of the band after suggesting they change up their signature style.
Guys, I got an idea. How about we do a song that's not whiny bullshit?
In Valentine's Day in Quahog, Meg's date confidently states his opinion of Coldplay in reference to his own personal style.
Do you like Coldplay?
Am I a dull white guy? Yes, I like Coldplay.
The writers also take a dig at their overly sentimental music, as clocks can be heard playing during a cliché fictional movie about a busy corporate woman finding love.
Over the next 90 minutes, I'd like to show you that all your problems can be solved by my penis.
Having endured criticism in the past for being overly sensitive, the members of Coldplay are no strangers to jokes like these, and they certainly take them in stride. Number 13, Tom Cruise. When it comes to making fun of Tom Cruise, nothing is off the table for the Family Guy writers. They go after his bizarre Oprah appearance. They go after Scientology, like showing Katie Holmes escaping from an ankle bracelet.
I love you, Katie.
I love you too, Tom. Oh my God! I'm free!
She proceeds to free multiple prisoners, all of whom are male. The episode Meet the Quagmires shows a theory about why Cruise runs in all his movies. And of course, they go after his height. The so-called director's cut of Mission Impossible 5 shows Cruise using a step stool, and the recurring character Tiny Tom Cruise is an obvious jab at his surprisingly short stature.
Wow, Tom Cruise! You look, bigger in the movies.
Number 12, Caitlyn Jenner. Jenner came out as a trans woman in 2015 and subsequently underwent a very public transition. And you know Family Guy, they like to provoke. As a result, the show has gone after Jenner on numerous occasions. In fact, there were references to Jenner's gender long before she revealed her transgender status to the world. For example, in the 2009 episode We Love You, Conrad, Stewie says the following:
"An elegant, beautiful Dutch woman."
Later, Stewie and Brian meet a prisoner who made critical remarks about Jenner.
Hey, what are you in for? I said Caitlyn Jenner wasn't brave and beautiful.
Brian, there's some bad people in here.
There are certainly more jokes, but they're mostly too rude or offensive to show here. Needless to say, Family Guy has never been a show to avoid sensitive subjects, or to handle them sensitively.
Well, in the words of trailblazer Caitlyn Jenner, I will do anything for money and attention.
So brave.
Number 11, Madonna. Like with Tom Cruise, Family Guy goes after many different aspects of Madonna's persona. Some of the jokes are quite crude, like when Peter, Brian, and Francis call her stupid.
Could there be anyone stupider than me?
Madonna?
Oh, yeah, she's pretty stupid. That's something we can all agree on, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Francis?
Oh, major idiot.
Other jokes are aimed at her supposedly selfish behavior, like when Meg's date brings Madonna a human heart. And yes, there are a plethora of jokes aimed at her age. During a game of Truth or Dare, Peter refuses to say that she looks old. When Peter is looking for the Fountain of Youth, he surmises that he's nowhere close after stumbling onto a Madonna concert. And in Peter's Progress, Madonna is shown to be a settler of Quahog in the 17th century.
There was no hint of misery.
Number 10. Robin Williams. The late Robin Williams was no stranger to Family Guy, and while there was some respectful stuff sprinkled here and there, many jokes are still made at his expense. In Mixed Stroke, Peter listens to Williams' manic stand-up for about 30 seconds before growing annoyed and going outside for a break.
Politics.
Huh? Politics? Well, we're going to come down there and take all your oil, but this is our oil. Yee-haw! Well, here's my missile. Okay, take it. Politics.
You know what? I'm going to take a 5-minute break.
Huh? 5-minute break?
In Family Guy viewer mail number 2, Jeff Ross claims that he wants to punch Williams in the face while watching his movies. And speaking of movies, Peter refuses a free copy of What Dreams May Come in Brian's Got a Brand New Bag.
I want to buy this.
Great. And as a bonus, I'll throw in What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams.
No, thank you.
No charge.
I do not want it.
And in what's perhaps the darkest joke aimed at Williams, there's the whole Patch Adams bit. Number 9. Michael J. Fox. As the star of Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox has appeared numerous times on Family Guy, as the show either references or parodies the character of Marty McFly. But they've also made fun of Fox himself, and, well, prepare to get sad.
Hi, I'm Peter Griffin. Now, we were going to show you the actual scene, but it would just make us all sad.
Fox was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 1991, and the disease is referenced multiple times on the show. He makes a very poor letter Z in a remake of Zorro, and Stewie warns Fox about his disease in The Juice is Loose. Perhaps the biggest joke is the 1-2 punch scene in Teagues for Two, in which Fox spills wine on Peter's shirt and then writes him an uncashable check.
Well, I sent him the bill, and he sent me this check, but I don't think I'm going to be able to cash this.
Number 8. Ryan Reynolds. Reynolds is one of the most beloved actors of our time, and even Family Guy can't resist falling for his charms. But they do so, of course, in their own way. In the episode Follow the Money, Quagmire's parent Ida Davis is shown sarcastically complimenting him.
And as always, I am joined by my trusty psychic, Ryan Reynolds.
I knew you'd say that.
Piano? Comedy? What don't you do?
In Farmer Guy, Peter is portrayed as the owner of a failed video store that only rented copies of Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock's movie The Proposal.
I have a poster from The Proposal you can look at. You'll get most of the story.
Huh, they seem pretty mismatched.
There you go.
Reynolds' major appearance, however, comes in Season 10's Stewie Goes for a Drive, when he actually voices a homoerotic version of himself. Throughout the episode, Reynolds spends most of his time implying that he's attracted to Peter. He draws attention to his low-riding pants, tries to get his lower abdomen tickled, and gets way too intimate at dinner. If Ryan is not the best sport, we don't know who is.
Is it me, or did she just make that weird?
Number 7. O.J. Simpson. This celebrity's infamous murder case is parodied numerous times on the show. The white Bronco chase is referenced twice, both when Cleveland helps Peter and Lois escape, and when Griffin ancestors flee from the law on a literal white Bronco. There have also been at least 2 cases in which a Griffin has been revealed to be involved in the infamous case. In Long John Peter, Peter does the deed, and Simpson is blamed. And another episode shows a drunk Stewie planting the idea in Simpson's head.
Telling you, Juice, she's screwing around behind your back. And if I were in your Bruno Marlies, I wouldn't stand for it. Another Mai Tai? Thanks. So listen.
And finally, the episode The Juice is Loose is based entirely on Peter befriending Simpson and encountering resistance from the angry citizens of Quahog.
He brutally killed his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend Ron Goldman.
O.J. Simpson?
Yes.
Was this in the news?
And that is just a small taste of the barrage. Number 6. George W. Bush. Serving as president from 2001 to 2009, George W. Bush ran the country through much of Family Guy's glory years. And let us tell you, they were not shy about taking potshots. Bush is a recurring character on the show, having appeared in countless cutaways. Most of the jokes are aimed at his supposed incompetence as president, general foolishness, and childish behavior. The latter is captured in numerous jokes, like getting excited about a slinky going down the stairs and crying after knocking over a snow globe. In one of the show's best jabs, Bush shows up to Vietnam comically late.
Oh, man, I just got your messages, and I'm sorry.
George, it's been over for a while.
Really?
Yeah, it's 1981.
It's, wow. Oh, so I'm way late. Oh, boy.
Something tells us the writers weren't fans. Number 5. Tom Brady. Like George Bush, Tom Brady is a recurring character on Family Guy, likely owing to Quahog being in New England. Brady's biggest appearance comes in Patriot Games, as he voices himself and helps Peter get a job on the team.
Peter, that was amazing. I've never seen a guy your size who could move like that. How would you like to play for the New England Patriots?
Peter is also a huge fan of Brady and mentions him numerous times. But not everything is nice. The episode Love Story Guy makes reference to Deflategate, as Brady purchases some deflated footballs. Cutaway Land also makes reference to Brady's past friendship with Donald Trump, as Peter and Lois are disappointed by his MAGA hat. And perhaps the darkest joke sees a drunk Peter offering to give Chris a Tom Brady kiss, a reference to Brady controversially kissing his 11-year-old son on the lips.
Chris, are you awake? Chris, you want a Tom Brady kiss?
Number 4, Jay Leno. Another late-night host, Jay Leno doesn't get off any easier. In fact, he arguably gets it worse. For one thing, they make fun of his physical appearance, as fictionalized Leno always appears with a massively exaggerated chin. They also take digs at his high-pitched voice, bizarre laugh, and delivery style in episodes I Dream of Jesus and Screams of Silence, the story of Brenda Q.
Here's a bunch of words in a row. Because the economy's so bad, they've decided they're going to shut down all the prisons. Yeah, and they're going to send all the inmates to Congress.
Ironically, or perhaps sarcastically, Stewie is portrayed as a fan of Leno's when seen vehemently defending him after Peter makes fun of his terrible sense of humor in The King is Dead.
It is so fashionable to take a shot at Jay Leno. Look, the fact is the man is out there every bloody night with fresh material and is charming.
And don't think that his fashion is off limits either, as season 14's underage Peter takes a swipe at Leno's obsessive love of denim. So be thankful, Jimmy Fallon. It could be a lot worse.
Have you seen some of these laws they've got now about denim? You know, I say, if you don't like it, you may as well Levi's.
Who's voting for these mayors?
Rhode Island's a mess from top to bottom.
Number 3, the Beatles. Being one of the most influential bands in music history does not shield you from parody, and Family Guy is here to prove it. The Beatles and the individual members have long been targets of the show, and the jokes range far and wide. There's a jab at Yoko Ono breaking up the band, as Stewie introduces her to John Lennon.
Now fess up or I'll do to you what I did to John Lennon. John, have you met Yoko, John?
There are jokes about Paul McCartney's ex-wife Heather Mills. There are references to their iconic appearance on Ed Sullivan. And yes, there are multiple jokes aimed at poor Ringo. Even these vary in theme, with shots taken at his physical looks and his inferior contributions to the band. Like when his song is put on the fridge like a children's drawing.
Hey guys, I wrote a song.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, good, Ringo.
Fantastic. You know what? I'm gonna put it right here. Right on the refrigerator.
Number 2, Bill Cosby. Even before Bill Cosby's infamous downfall, he was a recurring target on Family Guy. Most of the jokes centered around Cosby's wacky facial expressions and unique way of speaking, like when Stewie appears on Kids Say the Darndest Things.
Stewie, what do you think candy is made out of?
Sunshine and farts. What the hell kind of question is that?
I love candy. When I was a little boy, we would play stickball.
Of course, the jokes got a lot darker once the allegations came to light, like when he appears in a Princess Bride parody with Stewie. The joke is taken even more literally in V is for Mystery, which shows a group of women sleeping at the dinner table. Or how about the Cosby Show opening that has Cosby dancing around the passed-out cast members? No, Family Guy was not afraid of going there.
We now return to The Cosby Show, knowing what we know now.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, James Woods. Unlike Adam West, James Woods actually plays himself, albeit with a few major caveats. James first appeared in Season 4's Peter's Got Woods as an insanely jealous, petty, and neurotic person.
I don't know, Peter. I had this crazy idea that you and I were supposed to have dinner tonight. But I guess you had other plans, huh?
His clash with Peter and Brian was so memorable, it led to him becoming a regular antagonist on the show. He steals Peter's identity, ruins Brian's TV pilot, and even transfuses the life force of a 17-year-old girl so he can return from the dead.
And in accordance with Hollywood law, Her life force was infused into me, bringing me back from the dead.
It was all very hilarious, but things seem to have turned sour between Woods and the show's producers over his controversial tweets and his issue with some of their scripts. Ah well, it was fun while it lasted.
You know, Scooter, we don't allow hats at the dinner table.
Oh, my bad, Mr. G.
Dad, no! Aha! I should have known! Get out of my house right now, son of a bitch!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.